Hi guys, this is Rahman from Techtonic. So there are plenty of reasons why you should secure your data, whether you're a corporation with sensitive, possibly non-public information, or even if you're an individual consumer who wants to secure personal data. If the data were to fall into the wrong hands, fines or reputational damage are just a few of many things to worry about. Now, Secure Data, an organization known for the manufacturing of hardware encrypted external storage devices, sent me over the SecureDrive BT. And what makes this particular drive different from the rest is that unlike the other drives where you might authenticate directly via the device through a keypad, with this one you do it wirelessly using your phone. And if you lose the drive, you can remotely wipe the device from anywhere in the world. If that sounds interesting, keep watching. Secure Data didn't send me the drive in its retail packaging. Instead, they placed everything inside this very nice hard carrying case. It's both shock and splash proof, so it will definitely protect the drive while it's in there. The case is normally sold separately for around 10 quid, but Secure Data has said it's now something that they include with the drive, so that's great. So let's get to what else you get when you order the SecureDrive BT. You'll get a USB-A to USB micro B cable. There's also a USB-C to USB micro B cable. Finally, you have the SecureDrive BT itself and the quick start guide. So just to clarify, when you used to purchase this drive before, you would have got everything here except for the hard case and USB-C to USB micro B cable, but both are now included with the purchase. Now let's get back to the drive. This particular drive is the 250 GB SSD version, but it does come in other sizes. Solid state drives from 250 gigabytes all the way to 8 terabytes, and hard disk drives from 500 gigabytes to 4 terabytes. So plenty of options for you to choose from. The drive itself feels like any other drive. The chassis has some plastic at the top and bottom, but mostly it's dark blue brushed metal. You've got the SecureDrive branding here. On the top up here you'll find 3 LEDs, which I'll go into a little later. On the top you have the USB micro B port and the device ID, which you'll need to set up the drive or if you want to reset it. Around the back you've got instructions on how to set up the device, but I'll walk you through that shortly. You've also got the serial number here on the back, which you'll need if you want to remotely wipe the drive or if you want to recover a forgotten password. This SSD measures in at 125mm by 77mm by 12.5mm, which is bigger than something you would get with Western Digital or Seagate, but obviously this particular model has additional security features, so the larger size is expected. Nevertheless, it's still very portable and does fit in the palm of your hands. In terms of weight, it's around 160 grams, so if it's not lighter, it's certainly similar to other external drives. So before I go into setting up this drive, all the specs are up on the screen, so feel free to pause if you want. Otherwise, the key specs are as follows. It has AES XTS 256-bit full disk hardware encryption. It's FIPS 140-2 level 3 validated, which means it follows strict requirements for physical tamper resistance. On that note, it's protected with an epoxy compound to prevent subversive physical access to the device. It'll work with any OS as it doesn't require software or drivers to be installed. That's also great if you want to use it in, let's say, a library or work computer, as those computers will most likely restrict the installation of software without admin rights. It's got a USB 3.0/3.1 interface with a stated read speed of up to 355 MB per second and up to 333 MB per second write speed. That's obviously much slower than a typical solid state drive, but with hardware encryption there's bound to be some performance overhead. We'll of course test the read and write speeds a little later on in this review, but firstly let's get this set up. Make sure you install the Secure Data Lock app from your respective app store. Start the Secure Data Lock app on your device, connect the drive to a computer with the USB cable, ensure your device is BT enabled. If it is, the drive name should automatically appear. Tap the drive name, then enter the device ID. Your drive should now be set up, so to unlock it, just tap on the drive's name and then enter the default password, which is 11223344. So now that's been set up, let me show you the notable things you can do with this drive. The two main features of this drive, or basically the two features I think most individuals will be using, are the wireless authentication and step away auto lock. So in order to unlock the drive, you need to connect it to a computer with the USB cable. You can see the red locked LED flashing on the drive, which confirms it's locked. Make sure you have Bluetooth enabled, start the Secure Data Lock app, tap the drive name, type in the password and tap unlock, or if you've turned biometric unlock on like I have, use your fingerprint fingerprint to unlock. Once the drive unlocks, you'll see a solid green unlocked LED. When the drive is unlocked, it should automatically appear in your File Explorer. The step away auto lock feature, if enabled, will lock the drive when your phone is moved about 3 meters away from the drive. The drive will just disappear from the File Explorer. Other features include inactivity auto lock, read only mode, and remote wipe. Remote wipe is probably more suited to businesses rather than an individual user. In order to use it, you'll need to pay for a remote management license, which costs around £18 per drive per year. A big thing to sort of bear in mind is that although the drive is very secure, you may want to back up the content somewhere else, because if someone with access to the drive attempts too many failed logins, I believe it's around 10 failed logins, the self-erase feature will be triggered and pretty much it'll wipe everything off your drive. Now, if you do back up the content somewhere else, your data is only as secure as the least secure device it's on, but at the very least your data will be safe if you use a drive somewhere outside. You can rest assured no one will be able to access it. In CrystalDiskMark, we got a sequential 291.8 MB a second read speed and 302 MB a second write speed, which is a lot slower than what you would get on a typical SSD. This result is also lower than the stated 355 MB a second read and 333 MB a second write speeds, but you have to remember those read and write speeds were achieved in laboratory conditions, and what CrystalDiskMark gave me isn't significantly different. When I transferred a 29GB .nkv file to the drive, I got a write speed of around 273 MB a second, which took 1 minute and 48 seconds to finish copying over. Copying a file from the drive gave me a read speed of 309 MB a second, taking just 1 minute and 35 seconds to complete. So as you've seen, clearly not as fast as a normal SSD, but the huge discrepancy is definitely due to the encryption, which adds a significant overhead. It's not out of the ordinary for a device like this. As much as I enjoy comparing one device to another, in this case it's unfair to compare this drive's transfer speeds with traditional SSDs. You need to bear in mind that this device was created with security as a priority over anything else. So if you're after something fast, you'll have to look elsewhere. But if you want to secure your data, then I don't think you'll find anything much better than this. Another thing to sort of consider is the price. The SecureDrive BT is around twice the price of other non-secure traditional SSDs, but again, that shouldn't be a surprise. What you're paying here for is the security, and I know you could buy a traditional SSD and use software-based encryption, but that would add an additional performance burden to your computer, and you wouldn't be able to access your data on another computer without encryption software. Bluetooth authentication and data encryption are nothing new, but by putting them together here on one device, I think SecureData has done a great job. It's a really convenient and easier way to secure your drive. Hopefully the next version adds in IP68 certification. That would have made this drive perfect, but even without that, if data security is very important to you, I highly recommend this drive. Of course, SecureData also makes a USB drive with the same features, so you might be interested in that too. You can find links to purchase this drive in the description below. This has been Raju Rahman from Techtonic. Thanks for watching. If you enjoyed this video and it helped you, please subscribe and like. That would really help me out. And don't forget to check out these other videos too.